Drake's not done. Hip-hop's civil war isn't over. Hip-hop is a sport, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right to it. Shout out to Fantastic Hip-Hop. They don't put this together.
This public meltdown that has been going on
Drake's
from Drake
moves
ever since the aftermath of the Kendrick beef has
since
only
this
been
battle
getting worse and worse with each passing moment that we're watching the dust settle and see how Drake is coping with the entire situation. And while embarrassing songs like Drake's Hey There Delilah parody were painstaking enough, for Drake, he isn't just trying to gain some sort of ground.
I ain't gonna lie, that Wagwan Delilah almost coming back around to be a slap. It's almost so bad it's fire to me now.
Back in the rap game right now by releasing more music and trying to win over any sort of goodwill he can from people, but also in this very moment, Drake just came out and straight up dissed Kendrick Lamar again, but not musically this time, but with an Instagram post which shows off Drake at what looks like his son Adonis's soccer game, but beyond Drake just using these photos.
Hold on, Fantastic. We gotta talk about this for a second. We gonna get into the diss. We gonna get into the politics and how Drake been moving, after the war. But we ain't gonna just sit here. Now, a lot of people say, well, Kendrick wore the same fit on his last album cover. It's not the same fit. It's the same shirt and khakis. These aren't really khakis, but it's how it was put together. I said this on Twitter. I'm gonna say it again. The way Drake put this together, the shirt to pants ratio is screaming Future Trunks. This ain't because Kendrick had the blammy. You saw it? Kendrick had the blammy tucked in the waistline. Look at this dookie belt. Nah, man. I rock with Drake. But you coming through with parachute hammer pants. That's for real. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. It looked like you about to go give a sermon at 12, and then at 1:30 you need to turn this mother out. That bitch is fat as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. God damn.
Off Drake at what looks like his son Adonis's
I'm gonna let him live, though.
But beyond Drake just using...
We've all had a nasty fit before. I'm gonna let him live.
These photos in an attempt to reverse the damage of the narratives that Kendrick tried to get across on his diss tracks. He also captioned the post, "Goats don't worry about one-trick ponies."
That's
and
the
this
shot.
is what has everyone talking right now, because considering everything going on, this is without a doubt a direct shot at Kendrick. And first off, the fact that this caption is written better than any of the quotables on some of Drake's actual diss tracks like The Hard Part 6 is absolutely hilarious. And
okay, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Come on, let's keep it real. It's not better than anything Drake was saying in his diss tracks. Stop it, nigga. Especially The Hard Part, whatever. Now, I will concede, Drake definitely felt like he was giving up a little bit on that song, but come on, nigga. The Drake hate getting out of control
is absolutely hilarious. And overall, just by playing the captioning game right now, it only makes Kendrick's disses once again look stronger and stronger, as they are only being further validated as we sit with them longer and just watch Drake spiral out of control and do everything that he said. When we look at Drake's first full-on attempt since The Hard Part 6 at trying to poke Kendrick Lamar and see what the asterisks he's trying to throw on this L now to make it look better is, it all really just gets more telling of the absolute state of delusion that Drake is stuck within, but in some ways, we have to give him some credit, because where Drake's attempts at saving his name and image with his two most recent features he has done have only backfired, what he's doing here is at least accomplishing something for him, I guess, because it has sparked a discussion around Drake and Kendrick that is making people question Lamar in some shape, and that's also helping Drake fans cope and imagine that in actuality he is the winner of this feud. And this is because in the post, Drake is still standing on the fact that he is above Kendrick by first off calling himself a goat, but much more substantially, Drake says that goats don't worry about one-trick ponies, and again, somehow,
and like I said, this section is brought to you by Underdog Sports. Underdog is available in 30 plus states, including Texas and California. When you sign up today, link is in the description. Make sure you use promo code SFJ, and when you do, you can win up to $250 in bonus cash. Every day we have a new customer special for the people who sign up. Today we got Aja Wilson, 0.5 points. My picks for today, they got Ryan Howard for 23 points, rebounds, and assists. I got her higher. They got Tina Charles for 22.5 points, rebounds, assists. I got her higher. And they got Carly Samuelson for 8.5 points. I got her lower. I have Kendrick winning this, and Kendrick is. I love Drake and Kendrick as artists. I really do. They're two of my favorite artists. I got Kendrick a bit more than Drake. But if you still believe Drake is the GOAT just because he lost his battle, that's your prerogative. You know, you can do that. I gain nothing but more respect for Drake for jumping in this battle. Y'all know how I am. To me, I don't care if you jump in a fight and they go beat you bloody. As long as you was able to go up there, defend yourself, squabble, I give you the respect for it.
Drake's caption has better writing than whatever the absolute...
But the stands on both sides are the worst part of this. The worst part that was produced out of this was the Drake and the Kendrick stands coming out. The fans of each of them, we all the normal, we love it. The stands
messes up
stands
everything he has
everything.
given us since Family Matters has been, because this has a double meaning. As Drake isn't just saying this phrase to describe Kendrick, but he's referring to a classic film, which, interesting enough, just as he referenced the Whitney Houston movie Bodyguard in Push-Ups with a bar that he sure does regret, and ended up becoming the basis for how personal Kendrick Lamar took everything, as he flat out stated on Meet the Grams. Here he is referring to the 1980 film One Trick Pony, and if you didn't think that this was intentional from Drake, between the fact that this film stars another musician in Paul Simon, which between Drake name-dropping two films starring very popular artists from decades past, definitely is some sort of trend or just thread he's trying to weave, and
this might be a little bit of
more
a reach.
eye-opening, and one confirms that Drake is just trying to re-aggravate Kendrick in some shape or form here. The actual film One Trick Pony follows a story that, in Drake's mind, aligns with everything he has been trying to paint across about Kendrick throughout his diss tracks, as just reading what the synopsis of this film is. We can see exactly what Drake was doing with this caption, as it says, Jonah is an aging rock star trying to put together a new album in the face of an indifferent record label and a talentless producer. At the same time, he is struggling to save his marriage, and I won't lie, this is clever on Drake's end, but at the same time,
I'm gonna keep it tall. I don't think that's what Drake meant. I don't think he was referring to the movie. I think he literally was taking a shot at Kendrick and calling himself a GOAT and saying that Kendrick's one trick is coming out and dissing people. He's referencing to Control. He's saying that he's a one trick pony. I don't know about this. Feels a little conspiracy theory-ish, where we like, I don't know if it was meant to do all that, but hey, let me put on my conspiracy theory hat just for this, and it fits. It definitely fits. But let's go. Let me pretend that I believe this is what Drake really meant.
I think this is showing us that while it may seem like Drake may be trying to start a round two with Kendrick by once again dissing him to his millions of followers, I think what we will find out soon, and what's actually going on, is that Drake is now implementing a new strategy to save his career that isn't actually...
I don't think he's trying to re-aggravate Kendrick to dissing him again. I think if he was... Oh, because Drake dropped last, so technically Drake can't drop again. I heard word on the street is Kendrick Lamar might premiere some verses off of some unreleased Drake diss tracks at that the 19th show, which I will be at live. You talk about, I'll be there in person, boot to ground. So if he does, I'll let you know.
Drake is now implementing a new strategy to save his career that isn't actually trying to put him within a musical duel with Kendrick again, as we all know how bad that went. But it's trying to get ahead of the even further damage control that is going to need to be done when Kendrick Lamar's Pop Out and Friends concert goes down in LA very
That's what I was talking about.
When the rollout for his teased and highly anticipated album begins, because Drake knows at this point, any success Kendrick Lamar sees, whether the music is about him or not, is only going to hurt his reputation, as we will see Kendrick get more and more praise. And prove that his claims about there being no Big Three become perceived as fact by more and more people when it comes to MCs that offer the complete artistic package just beyond the optics of hype, streams, and sales. Drake has at least realized that he is going to have to get a lot more tactical to walk out of what is pretty much going to be wave 2 of negativity towards him in any sort of position of strength, and he is doing this now by beginning to weave together a narrative around Kendrick, which is trying...
You are absolutely right there, Fantastic. And you know what's crazy? Can I call you Fantastic? I actually haven't thought of this. I swear to God, this is the greatest time it's ever been to be a hip-hop fan. Even this part. Because this entire thing has showed us exactly how the industry moves in time of war. Because the battle was some dope hip hop, but now it's showing you how the biggest artists in the world and the biggest labels, the biggest brands, the biggest entities move at a time like this. And if you're not interested, because this whole thing is a battle. War isn't just fought on the battlefield. This now seems like we're watching generals move their chess pieces and get ready for the next wave. This shit fire, bro. This shit starting to feel like hip-hop Game of Thrones. I swear to God, nigga. I swear to God, because you are right. I didn't think of that. When Kendrick comes back out, first of all, that show is going to be a legendary hip-hop moment that I'll be there for. You already know. They Not Like Us music video, I still think is coming. That's going to be a whole nother wave of hate to Drake. The rollout for Kendrick's next project is going to be a whole... I think they're going to wait to drop the Not Like Us video when they got everything ready. And then they're going to go bing, 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 and just keep dropping. All of that is going to affect Drake. That's going to be another... Damn. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think... Because even if Kendrick doesn't do anything about Drake, they're going to make it about Drake. Facts. And Drake knows that. And it's going to hurt him either way in the public perception.
He is doing this now by beginning to weave together a narrative around Kendrick, which is trying to diminish his success and legitimacy as an artist, as he is painting him out to be a lost individual whose career is no longer in the state of success that it once was, and now he is on the search to regain any sort of relevance as his personal life falls apart.
I mean,
and while Drake's trying to push across this narrative to his fans that are willing to believe just about anything he says, that Kendrick is a one-trick pony because he can only gain relevance from mentioning Drake's name, and that his music is also one-dimensional, just like a lot of the things Drake has done. When you really consider what these claims are stating and see how they hold up to Kendrick, anybody will see that from the 5 tracks Kendrick released throughout this feud alone, there's never been this amount of artistic range being shown at once, as from a Metro Boomin club banger to a gritty Alchemist beat to a DJ Mustard loop that channels everything his greatness and the West Coast stands for. Kendrick showed that he really is the ultimate MC, as he can plug his abilities into every corner of the rap world and beyond this. While this has started a debate already where Drake stans are arguing that because...
Now let's not act like Drake also can't do that. I'm trying to keep it fair here. Drake does that too, where Drake is able to do like a Scary Hours. Drake can do hit club records. Drake can do other, even though, you know, we tend to look at him sideways when he does it. He can do even other cultural shit. So Drake can do multiple things too. I think that's why I say Drake and Kendrick are the 2 best artists that are out right now. Facts.
Because Drake can sing and hop onto so many different waves of music, he is more versatile. I think it is important to remember that versatility isn't just about how many different styles of music you can dip your feet into, but that it's also about the range of music you can operate in at a high level. And when you compare this, and you see how Drake gets criticized for riding trends and copying musical styles with no creativity whatsoever, and see how Kendrick is able to bend himself and his abilities into songs as popular as Travis Scott's Goosebumps, but also as gritty and abstract as Danny Brown's Really Dough off the experimental hip-hop masterpiece Atrocity Exhibition. Don't get me wrong, Drake's versatility is incredible for what it is, but it is easy to lose sight of how shallow it gets beyond just hopping on a trend or dipping his toes into something, as opposed to Kendrick, who can go all in on anything and be his best self, from decade-defining hits to the most intense of deep cuts. So to bring this full...
I will say it's also that Drake... At the core of this entire thing, the problem was Drake drops too much. I said it before this battle started. Go back and look at my Drake reactions. I said Drake been needed to take a break, bro. And it's like them niggas caught him right at the worst moment. Right at the worst moment. So Drake actually has more time. Niggas are sick of Drake. That's what I've learned about this. Niggas are sick of Drake. Way more sick of Drake than I ever thought. Because I was starting to get like, all right, Drake, give me a second to breathe. I'm gonna still be bumping you through the absence, but I'm starting to learn like, oh my God, no, niggas hate Drake now. I don't hate him, but
circle and see how while Drake is trying to prepare for the sea of attacks that are gonna come right back at him as Kendrick Lamar kicks into gear what is up next for his rap career. Despite the tactics of this move being smart, as he is trying to create a safety net for him and begin to redirect how people perceive Kendrick's victory and his abilities as an MC. And as a result, is trying to plant a seed that will end up making Kendrick Lamar's upcoming album look desperate and that it needed Drake to succeed. Outside of his fan base, who has shown that they will twist anything out there to cope with the reality of what has been an all-time low year for Drake. Is any of this enough to really sway the public opinion about Drake right now and make people discredit Kendrick Lamar? Because while Drake has been trying to build this narrative already that Kendrick is so desperate and hungry for attention, and then he's using this beef for promotion, people have already rejected this idea, and as Drake continues to stay outside and at the end of the day, beyond the layers of this social media post,
and you know what's the crazy thing is Drake is still omnipresent, bro. Drake got to not post on social media. He's already dropped 2 songs since The Hard Part 6, 2 verses. He's dropped a photo caption with the thing. Kendrick literally dropped 1 picture, came out to a college, and they announced the show. Drake has already dropped 2 songs on top of all that. It's like, bro, you got it. But then it's like, if you disappear, does it look like they threw you out? That's why I say, what do you do if, without hating on Drake, if you on Drake's team and you want him to succeed, put in the comment section, what do you do right now? Do you drop a lyrical timestamp song with only him in the credits, nobody else? Do you take a break? Do you drop a body of work? Because I don't know. I don't even know.
It is already pathetic to just do all of this when considering this is a rap beef and people want to see everything settled with a microphone. At the end of the day, all of this is only making him look worse.
Drake
as
is 100%
it's proving
gonna be taking
everything
shots
Kendrick said to be true. What does this man not understand? So all in all, if you are Drake, please go into hiding for a while, let this pass, and try to come back stronger, because with these clownish antics that are showing him to be not over this beef one bit, and that are still trying to change a score that has already been written in the books, he's only going to destroy every single thing that he stands for. So let me know, what do you think about the newest moment and what I'm going to call the never-ending downfall of Drake? I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and if you want to see what Drake's worst song is, and how it did one-of-a-kind damage to his career while also seeing other rappers who stained their own careers forever by releasing songs that embarrassed them to the highest degree, check out the suggested video on the worst song popular.
Yo, make sure y'all go check out my reaction to Kendrick Lamar's popping out and giving a speech. So, yeah, Drake, man, what do you think Drake should do?